I'm NBA draft prospect Mo Bamba. Thank you for stopping by. I love this. Has been on the calendar for a while. I've been really looking forward to this. I've been so impressed with you and all your pre-draft stuff, and I'm thrilled you're making the rounds here. I want to know what you've been working on leading up to the draft. What do they tell you to do?
They don't tell me to do anything that I don't already want to do for myself. Recently, I've really been working on developing my outside jump shot and my mechanics, and making sure that my jump shot was resembled more of a jump shot and everything was smooth rather than a catapult. I recently lowered my pocket, and follow through looks good, and everything looks pretty smooth. And I still got a ways to go with my jump shot, but I'm pretty happy with the progression that I've made 5 weeks in. To pre-draft training.
Tape looks pretty good to me.
Pretty good. Yeah. Damn good.
I don't know. And of course, all the Knicks fans here at the Jump, and there's a few in our control room, want to know, because you are a native-born New Yorker, grew up in Harlem. What would it mean to you if you could get drafted by the Knicks? Are you lobbying at all?
That's funny. I didn't know the Knicks were in contingency to be the #1 pick.
Oh!
I didn't know that.
I knew I liked you.
I didn't know that.
I knew I liked you.
It honestly mean the world to me. I grew up watching the Knicks. I watched Knicks when they were kind of at their worst, and I'd always would root for them just because they're it's always been in my heart. But it'd be awesome to play in the Garden. I live 3 train stops away from it.
I got a question. When I was coming out of high school, Penny Hardaway was my guy, and I used to watch him all the time. I was like, I can't wait to play against this man to see how really good he is. Who's that guy for you that's already in the league that you're looking forward to playing against?
So recently, I actually spent a week with Joel Embiid while he was getting back to to playing again after he got cleared, and he's a guy that I really want to play against. I learned so much from him in just a couple of days of just being around him, and so he's a guy that I really inspired to be like, and he's a guy that I really want to go at.
Do we need to check your Instagram now from now on? Does that mean did he teach you that too?
Yeah, he might have to. I'm actually a better troller than.
Ooh. But, see, and this must be true since he just trash talk, Joel Embiid's trash talk.
Well, now I got a question for you, young man. So, out of all these players, and obviously you're a big basketball fan. You talked about some of your favorite players of all time, and T-Mac, you happen to be sitting next to one. One is somebody who I played with for a number of years. You want to say his name real quick before I ask?
Magic Johnson.
There you go. Buck Rowan, I'll see you at the gym tomorrow, Buck. We'll talk about this show. But I want to ask you, there's so many players in this league. Who do you pattern your game after that's in the NBA right now?
Well, I don't have one answer for that. There's multiple people that I really kind of like to emulate things from.
Okay.
I actually recently listened to a podcast, Coach Clifford. He was recently with the Hornets, and he was just telling me, like, the NBA is looking for guys who can really, stretch the floor out at the 5, but also be elite rim protectors and can guard 1 through 5 positions. And that's something that I can do.
Well, I mean, your high school coach is out pubbing for you. You said you could be the best defensive player in the draft, top 10 here. And also, you're versatile. I mean, you can block shots, right? You can spread the floor. You can do all of that stuff. You have the quote about basketball unicorns. We have it. A 7-footer who hits a step-back jumper, that's pretty unicorn-like. Or someone who blocks a shot off the top of the backboard, pushes it in transition, finds a shooter in the corner.
Yeah.
That's pretty unicorn-like. That is something I embrace, just doing stuff not many people can do. Do we need to get you a little headband with a unicorn thing?
Guys, next time I come on set, please,
we'll get you a
have
unicorn hat. I mean, is that how you see yourself?
Absolutely. Oftentimes there's a misconception what unicorn is. Like, people don't really know what a unicorn is. But like, it's just thrown around so much, but they don't know what it is. But a unicorn is really a guy who can do it all, and it's just something you've never. A unicorn, in theory, is something like, it's a mythical creature. It's a mythical thing that doesn't exist. And there's 5 guys in the league right now who haven't ever done anything like that, and that existed before.
High standards.
Exactly.
Very.
I will say, I'm going to rat on you a little bit, because when he walked up after the last segment, he said 2 things. First of all, he told Tracy that he was one of his favorite players growing up, which is very sweet, and then also said, y'all talking about one and done, and you don't even, whatever.
Welcome to the show. One and done.
If you were able to go straight from high school to the pros, would you have made that move?
Well, I don't want to take away from anything at my time at Texas. I thought it was actually pretty darn special. And the relationships that I've built there, and the people that I really come across. Like, I met some of my best friends in life at the University of Texas. But at the same time, it's like I could have had a year of that NBA development and had a year head start at it. So, like, obviously I would love to have that opportunity if it was there for me. But
how much do you think that would have helped you in transitioning your game?
It would have taken my game to the next level, because now what's so like night and day between, you know, being a college student athlete, is that, like, you know, you got to split up times for different things. Like, all right, now I have to actually study and write this essay and crank it out because it's due tomorrow at 10 a.m. But like now, I'm literally, the only thing I'm studying is myself. Like, I'm really like fully invested in my body, and you know, I'm just like, I'm really liking this profession.
So last thing before we move on, like you say you want to be a guy that's able to do everything. And I think what's being lost in our league is a guy of your potential, your size, that can stretch the floor, but also has the ability to go and post up as well. And I don't think a lot of guys in our league take advantage of that. So for you, advice, don't just settle for being that perimeter guy. Do it all.
Be a unicorn.
Yeah, be that unicorn.
Be a unicorn.
Well, I don't know. We're talking about kids coming in and whether they're ready or whatever. I will say your polish and maturity here. You are ready for the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
You're excited.
Thank you. I still got some work to do.
Well, it's good. Keep working at it. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being
Thank you
here.
for having
Love it.
me.
We will
My
see you
pleasure.
back here next year. So we'll have a catch up and see
Talk
how
about
it
his
gets
rookie
going.
year and how it
Exactly. All right, coming up, we got the #1 overall pick in the NBA 2K draft. Dimes is joining us. It just gets better and better. Keep just bringing people in.
What the
Bring
hell
them in.
is that? It would never, what?
We'll explain to you.
Yeah, I don't
Dimes.
know what that
Okay,
is
what
either.
the hell is that?
Oh,
man.
boy, this is good.
Daniel Ricciardo starts in 6th.
Yes, it win, it's a safety guard.